Aubrey Gordon, you just need to lose weight, and 19 other myths about fat people. If someone doesn't want to be fat, they can just lose weight. Fat people are always unhealthy. Supporting fat people just glorifies obesity. Myths like these have loomed over discussions about weight for decades. These harmful mistruths largely stem from anti-fat discrimination and society's view of thinness as an ideal. Despite being debunked time and time again, these ideas persist because they confirm the internal biases that many people already have against fatness. You Just Need to Lose Weight by Aubrey Gordon features some of the most common misconceptions that society holds against fat people. In this blink, we'll take a closer look at how some of these myths came to be and learn about the difficulties faced by fat people in our society every single day. From the creation of the widely criticized body mass index to the origins of the so-called obesity epidemic, we'll give you the information that will help you sort out fact from fiction. By the time we're finished, you'll be able to reframe discussions surrounding weight, discover and analyze your own internal biases, and support fat activists in their fight to make the world a more inclusive place for everyone. We should not be afraid of the word fat. Author Aubrey Gordon was standing in airport security when she overheard a young girl call her a fat lady. The girl's mother was horrified, but Gordon simply smiled. "It's okay. I am fat," she replied. Refusing to accept this answer, the mother continued to warn her daughter that using this word was inappropriate and that she should never say it again. Gordon has had conversations of this nature many times. Over the course of her life, she's lost count of how many times she's had to convince people that she's not offended by the word fat. This isn't to say that she hasn't had her weight used against her as an insult. Unfortunately, Gordon admits that she's been called much worse things than fat, often by complete strangers. She has overheard servers making remarks under their breath at dinner, and has even been screamed at by angry men while walking down the street. You may be surprised to learn that these kinds of experiences are not the ones that hurt the most. The moments that truly sting are when well-meaning people avoid the word fat by using euphemisms to skirt around it, like the nurse who referred to Aubrey as sturdy while explaining that there wasn't a blood pressure cuff large enough to fit her. For Gordon and many others, avoiding the word only stigmatizes it, making it seem as if it's an insult to be fat. Instead, many fat people are choosing to reclaim the word. For them, fat is neither positive nor negative. It's a neutral descriptor of their bodies. As a society, we've grown accustomed to seeing this word in a negative light, sometimes viewing it as the equivalent of a curse word or a slur. However, Gordon chooses to accept the word for what it is, just one of many that could be used to describe her. She's also blonde, tall, and a woman. Some people choose to be fat, others do not. One of the most pervasive myths surrounding fat people is that they choose to be fat and could lose weight if they really wanted to. After all, diet culture suggests that this should be simple, right? Calories in, calories out. If only it were that easy. We often learn from a young age that our bodies are the direct result of the work we're willing to put in. If someone is thin, it means they're hardworking and motivated. If someone is fat, it means they're lazy. These assertions blindly ignore the mounting evidence that individual body weight is based on a multitude of complex factors and often has little to do with choice. A 2016 article from the New York Times stated that most Americans believe obesity is related to willpower, despite clear links to genetics. The truth is that while some people choose to be fat, others do not. Many fat people try to lose weight but are unsuccessful for a number of reasons. There are even several health conditions, such as lipedema and polycystic ovary syndrome, that can make losing weight extremely difficult. Ironically, when very fat people do lose weight, it may actually increase their likelihood of gaining back even more. A study of former contestants from the reality TV series The Biggest Loser found that quick and dramatic weight loss permanently damages metabolism and makes it harder to lose weight as time goes on. On the other end of the spectrum, there are people who identify as gainers. Referred to as fat on purpose by writer Bruce Owens Grimm, gainers are people who aim to openly reject anti-fat bias by attempting to gain weight. Contrary to popular belief, this is not a form of self-sabotage, but rather a protest against discrimination. That being said, not every fat person has tried to lose or gain weight, or even has a desire to change their body at all. Everyone has the right to accept their body for what it is. The question then remains, if people can choose to be comfortable with their own bodies, why can't others accept them too? The use of the body mass index is harmful for many groups of people. Even if you've never tried to lose weight, odds are you've been exposed in some way to the body mass index. Although it's been regarded as a gold standard measurement for years, the cloudy history of the BMI is uneven at best. The body mass index is a formula for measuring weight-to-height ratio, created around 200 years ago by a Belgian academic named Adolphe Quetelet. You might be surprised to learn that Quetelet was not a physician. In fact, he didn't study medicine at all. His specialties were mathematics, statistics, astronomy, and sociology. As a mathematician, Quetelet strongly believed in averages. In his eyes, the mathematical mean of a population represented an ideal of normalcy that everyone should aspire to. The problem was that gathering population-level data for his experiments required more time and resources than he had access to. As a result, the formula that Quetelet used to create his ideal weight-to-height ratio was limited to data from male patients of French and Scottish descent. And so, the concept of the ideal average being white and male was created. An idea that would be used to justify scientific and institutional racism and misogyny in the centuries that followed. Whatever Quetelet's initial intentions were, he made one fact very clear. His work was meant to represent the population as a whole. It was never supposed to represent the individual, especially when it comes to personal health, which is exactly how it's being used today. Medical reliance on the body mass index is particularly dangerous because it's often highly inaccurate for many different groups, especially people of color. For example, the measurement frequently overestimates risk levels associated with weight for Black people, while underestimating those same risks for Asian communities. The relationship between weight, muscle mass, and health risks is unique to each person and based on a host of different factors, including human biology, our environment, and genetics. Relying on such a homogeneous measurement is not only misleading, but it can result in misdiagnosis and potential harm.